Hello all. Sorry. Hello all. So today's day 4 and 5 recap. Uh, Last what we saw is that I mentioned about the kind of loss that I made, and I had a sense and realization about how I missed on my own rules. What I'm trying to do now is that I'm trying to stick to my core fundamental that I have defined for myself, taking cues from the mistakes that I made. So I'm trying to stick to um, the rule that I need not take too much risk, and also I shouldn't be over trading because I get limited time, so I just try it for experience and learning, and that's what I'm trying to document here also. uh, so what happened in day 4 and day 5, I'll share my experience with you guys. First of all, I'd like to showcase on BTC. I worked on some things, and I'll share it with you guys. So basically, I drew a trend line looking at the news, that how it is going, and what I realized it. I don't know if many of you might know, but this is new discovery for me because I've been checking it after learning. So again, quickly, I have EMA 20, 50, 100, and 200, and WAP RSI enabled, the filters that I'm using. What I realized by drawing a trend line is 2023, this trend line was touched upon. Okay, that is where I'm taking it from, and throughout the course it was always above the EMA 200, EMA 100. The whole course was above this, and then EMA 50, it was near about it, touching somewheres, but then above. Then I drew a trend line, say it touched here, and then it made an all-time high during that period. Then it was constant, and all-time high was 72 at that point of time. It broke, and then it was constant up until October 2024. Then here it touched, and then it made an all-time high at that point of time, basically 106. It continued, it came near around a trend line. This is a trend line. Let me try to see if I can. It's visible, yeah. It touched upon here, then it went up high, then again it came near the trend line. It made an all-time high again, which was the 126. And then now when we see it here, it has touched again the trend line. Basis this theory so far, we probably can see that it can go up high again somewhere around 150, and for me the max is 180 that we might see in this cycle. Okay, but now, except for here and here, it has never breached the trend line. So I'm not taking, I'm assuming this kind of break is okay, and we are poised for like 150 or 180. That's what we are aiming for Bitcoin. If it breaches, then I think the probable support level would be around 74 to 75. Wait, I'll draw a line and show it. It's too thick. I think somewhere around this line should be a good support. If it breaches, it should breach up till here. Now there's one more line I've drawn which will be more visible in 1 day time frame. So this is our trend line, yeah, and then another trend line that I drew was this. So what I was trying to see through is that if the lower lows are continued, then it will continue to go down, and the breach that we see in 1 week is basically this was the breach that we saw. But then you see here the candle is, it came down and it's turning out to be green, okay, and here if you see it started going above this. If it continues going down and it breaches this properly, then we might see 74 75 levels. But if it is continuing going upward, then we might see, for example, if it continues up till here, we might see it going again for 150 or so. Of course it will not go immediately, it will not be exponential, but then we can see it going up. This is what my observation learning is. We'll see it in future where it goes. I am not taking a trade on BTC because for me, I don't feel I'm comfortable right now. I've also been seeing and learning from others here on the platform. A lot of people have been taking trades and they have made profits also, what I see on YouTube. But I don't feel comfortable, and I'm going to stick to my rule that I will not make a trade. Just a second, guys. I'm still new, so I usually try and check if I'm really live. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, we are live. So yeah, this is about it. Then I did the same exercise with Ethereum, and you see with Ethereum also, here this is where we were. This is where we were on 25th, okay, basically 2025 of April, and then now here we are, and again my assumption says the same kind of trend line. If I draw here as well, it touched and then went up high, it touched and it came near around it and went and touched again. So I'm assuming that we might see a cycle like this, so what I think is, my assumption basis this, so we are here at like, let's say 50, so we might see 100% high from here, which means we will be looking at 6,000 levels for Ethereum. Okay, when, I don't know. The same exercise I did with Solana. Solana's graph was not very understandable to me, but then again, it has already touched all-time high of 295 so far in its lifetime, and I think if it has come down here and it made 20, 30 and 80, so 120, so I think from here we can see it breaking and somewhere around maybe 343 or so, I think tops 357, 350 or somewhere around that range should be the new all-time high. That's what my assumption is. Did I do anything for Dodge? No, I didn't. XRP, I didn't. So those were the three. BNB also, I don't know if I want to know. So those are the things that I did. Now, where do our portfolio stands now? So we were at loss. You all know that I was in red in lifetime. I somehow covered it up. This was the day we made huge loss. I tried to finish my day in green here, then I did here, and then I did here as well, today basically. And I'm happy, I'm okay that I learned, I'm developing myself, and then I just want to ensure that I maintain this streak now. The overall objective is to finish the day in green, stick to the rules that we have. When we don't know much, we should not do too much of trading. While I'll just tell you that I have not taken trades on Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I have taken a bit risky trades, and basis the trend that is going on, that's what I did. And wait a second, here we go again. My position history. See here, I'm making small profits. I'm okay with it. How we reached to that today's $18, so 178. This was one of the biggest that I got. Then this one. Rest all were small additions, but then we can't, those are the things that helped me. And then I stopped trading for the day. And then I'm also trying to think that I might not trade too aggressively like what I did today. My agenda is not to really, I don't want to grow my portfolio with a pressure on my mind that I really need to grow my portfolio exponentially. All I want to do is that I want to learn the whole skill, the art, and then grow my portfolio. So I'll try to go slow but in green throughout. That's the most important. So I want to increase the probability of my wins, and also at the same time I'm also working on a script which can automate the trades, and for that I'm trying to pick only Ethereum for now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, if any, well, I know that no one is looking at my videos, but if at all someone comes across and would like to give any feedback, suggestions, or share ideas, I'll be happy to know, and I'll like to improve myself. If anyone, because I have started from a position wherein I did not even know this much, and I think there are many people out there who don't even know where I have reached. I'll be very happy to share whatever I have learned, and how I've selected my filters. How do I decide why when I take a trade? How do I, because form these trend lines and what I'm trying to do. I'm not an expert, but at least I can bring you to the level where I am at right now, and we'll see if it helps you or not. So this is it for today, and I'll continue with my streak. Yeah, thank you guys.